All right, welcome everyone to the recast or the casting, I guess, of the StarCraft of the Nebraska Esports Association StarCraft 2 Open. We had a couple technical issues during the event and weren't able to stream these matches, and we were very sorry about that. And we'll definitely be working on that for future events. But to make it up to you guys, we've decided to go back and cast all the matches for the entire tournament from the replays and stream them for you guys over our channel. And so that's what you're watching now. We're going to start from the very beginning. This is round 1 of the championship bracket, and we're going to be watching KENTON versus MotM face off in round 1 in a ZVT. And so without any further delay, we will actually get straight into this game. And we'll hit play right here. And so as you can see, wow, there's some music for you right there. As you can see, we have KENTON spawning as the purple Terran here in the left position on MLG Antigua Shipyard, which was the first map of this round. And he's facing off against MotM as the blue Zerg in the right position. And both these players are actually fairly evenly matched. These are two of our Silver League players that entered the tournament. And so we will see an interesting game from both these players. Like I said, evenly matched, so it's not going to be, a complete one-sided stomp, hopefully. And even though, we are casting these from the replays, I actually, in the running of the tournament and such, I didn't get to watch a lot of these matches, so I actually do not know exactly how all these games go. I'm not going to lie to you, I do know who wins, so sorry guys, spoilers I guess. I'll try to do my best not to spoil it, but you can see the brackets online, and if you're watching this, you probably actually participated in the tournament anyway. But that all aside, what we're going to see here from MotM, he's sending out a drone right now in what looks like might be a scouting drone. Yeah, so he's going to go check and see if he can't find his opponent, our Terran buddy KENTON, also going out to scout. Now this is the MLG version of this map, and so players can only spawn in the cross positions. It looks like both of our players are aware of this fact, so passing each other there in the middle and immediately know that nothing too funny is going on. Not seeing the super early scout from either player, which can be indications of proxy cheese or something like that. Now we're seeing KENTON going for a 2-Rax opener here, which is going to be very strong against a lot of Zerg openings, especially any kind of hatch first opener. But interestingly, seeing MotM go for this gas before pool sort of build, which is an indication he probably wants to go for early speedling sort of play. So he's going to actually be pretty safe, especially on this map where the rush distance is so long. So now we're going to see KENTON, having scouted his opponent, realizing that there is no hatch first going down, is going to go ahead and throw down his gas. That's going to let him tech up a bit, maybe research STEM, get a tech lab research STEM, start getting a few Marauders or something like that if he wants to. And so, yeah, we're still just kind of waiting to see what each player is going to do for their mid-game transition. But like I said, MotM opting for that early speed, getting speed down right now. Excuse me, got a hair in my mouth. Ugh. So anyway, getting quite a few Zerglings out with the initial larva vomit, spawn larva from his queen. Seeing a pretty late orbital command from KENTON, and he's getting quite a bit of gas here right now. We still don't see any tech lab down or anything like that, so we'll have to wait a moment before we see what tech he decides to opt for here in a bit. But we're seeing a 3rd Rax go down, so maybe he is, yeah, there's the tech lab, maybe he's going to put on some sort of 3 Rax sort of pressure and maybe go with an early push. Now like I said, both these players are in the Silver Leagues, so as you can see, APMs are not terribly high or anything like that, so we're probably not going to see anything too innovative or crazy from either of these players. Their builds might be a little bit sloppy here and there. But overall, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see some pretty good play out of both these players. They have a good grasp of the basic fundamentals and metagame kind of strategies out there. So we'll have to wait and see what each player ends up deciding that they're going to do. But I guess the short version of what I'm trying to say here is we might not see any aggression here for a while, as these players may just opt to play a little safe. This is a tournament environment, and so you don't want to, be too risky and risky falling down a game early in the series, especially because you don't know what your later, you just don't know what your opponent's going to throw at you at this kind of stage in the tournament. So, seeing the factory go down for Kenton, still not making any use of it quite yet. I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually just teching to Stargate play there. We do see Combat Shield being researched for him, a lair going down now for MotM, and still just sticking here on a lot of Lings. As you can see, Harvester counts actually are favoring the Terran player right now, 24 to 19 in the Harvester count. And that's not to mention that Terran can also call down mules, which gives them even that much more of an advantage in the mineral harvesting rate. So we're seeing MotM taking his second gas geyser right now, and starting to saturate his natural, getting more and more workers out, as well as several more Lings at this point. And what I would really like to see probably out of MotM right now is a little bit more scouting, perhaps. He needs to get a better read on whether his opponent is actually expanded or not. Needs to get into his main with this Overlord and see what kind of tech route he's going, so that he can determine whether it's safe to take a third or not, or whether he needs to throw down a Baneling nest or something like that. And so, but like I said, both players are opting to play very safe right now, and so that's fine. We're seeing stim started now for Kenton. A lot of Marines getting produced. We'll like to see him be a little bit better about this Marine production and maybe throw down an expansion, but it's fine. And double medevac being produced out of this reactor starport, so maybe we'll see some sort of drop play out of him, or maybe just a real aggressive Marine medevac push with stim and combat shield. So anyway, like I said, might be a little while before we see any serious aggression out of either of these players. Neither player really has great intel on either. Kenton, by virtue of having those scans, has been able to see a little bit more than MotM has at this point. But here we go. We see him moving out with 2 medevacs full of Marines. Stim is probably going to be pretty close to finished by the time he gets in here. And MotM has no idea that this is coming at this point. He may be able to spot it with this Overlord, depending on the path that these medevacs take. It's going to be close. I think he actually will probably be able to see this. Does he notice it? No, in time is the real question. It does not look like he has noticed it. And so these Marines are probably going to do a lot of damage. And here we go. They're going to land down here in the main, taking out quite a few workers here, doing substantial amounts of damage. Doing a lot of damage to the spawning pool as well. Can't really see a good angle. But here come a lot of the Lings to try to push this back, and wisely he lifts off to come down here into the natural and see what kind of damage he can do. But MotM is now aware of this. He's got several roaches down here and a queen. These queens are going to pick away at these medevacs, and all the Lings are moving out right now. And oh, there's a drop in the main, and they're going to do tons of damage. And where are the Lings? They are moving out cross map for a counter, and these Marines are just going uncontested here in the main, taking out more and more workers. Here come the roaches. Roaches may not be able to clean this up. Oh, and a lot of the roaches getting trapped behind, so not all of them even attacking at this point. This is actually a very bad situation for MotM. He's going to lose all these roaches, the queen, and maybe even the spawning pool. Going back here, these Lings are out in the natural of Kenton, but still haven't been able to do a thing because he has that wall there. There goes the spawning pool. So that's a huge blow for MotM at this point. Taking out the more roaches, taking out the second queen, and stopping all mining here in the main. Interestingly, we don't see a ton of units being produced, but here go the Lings. Oh, and the wall is down, but the Lings are going to run into a million Marines in the siege tank and just get cleaned up with a ton of ease. And yeah, I don't know what MotM can actually do at this point, having lost his spawning pool, having lost a lot of his production due to losing those queens. Here come a few roaches, going to clean up this force, but you know, this other force is moving across the map, is going to be into his natural in no time, and he really needs to produce a ton of units here. It's too bad he doesn't have Baneling tech, because I do not think he's going to be able to hold this off. Ooh, Kenton even bringing a few SCVs, interestingly enough. I'm not sure if those are here to repair or if it's just a misclick. But anyway, he's going to move in. He is going to push here into the natural. In the meantime, he is taking his natural, and there we see the good game of sorts from MotM. So Kenton does go up 1-0 in game 1. We'll be back shortly with game 2, so stick around.